Hey, what is up, Moles? It is Kyan here, and before we get into the video today, I'd like to thank the supporters on Patreon. The support means a lot. A link to the Patreon will be in the description below, as well as a link to the Discord group chat, where you can talk to me and other Moles like yourself. There's quite a few people there already, and it'd be awesome if you joined us. The next day of school has rolled around, and Deku feels all the burden he has on his shoulders. Between nearly killing All Might and making Bakugo mad at him, it's hard to manage. It's made his insomnia worse, to the point where he could barely get 10 minutes of sleep. One time, he actually got to sleep. He was in a dark void. He thought he was dead and started patting himself down when he heard a familiar voice let out a cry of pain. Izuku turns around and sees All Might laying on the floor, holding his hips. He also sees a familiar figure above him, holding a hand over his face. Before he can run over there, the figure lets out a huge explosion, hitting All Might dead. Then Bakugo turns around, his eyes glaring red as they are wide open but not blinking. "This is all your fault, Deku," Bakugo says, his voice sounding almost metallic. He starts to slowly walk over to Izuku, which scares him as he engages in battle pose. That's when All Might's corpse's head turns his neck, making a loud snapping noise. "This is your fault, Midoriya," it said. As the two start to laugh, Izuku awakens, letting out a scream, having awoken from his nightmare. To try and combat his nightmares and insomnia, Izuku goes to his laptop and Googles martial arts, starting to learn the basics for his return to UA. It seems to come in handy as he does a couple of rolls and flips, punching and kicking the air with gusto, and luckily he manages to get an hour of sleep in, nightmare free. The next day, Izuku arrives at school, where Uraraka runs up to him telling him that he did great yesterday. Nervously he thanks her, as he blushes, scratching the back of his head whilst doing so. Then Kirishima walks over and places a hand on Izuku's shoulder, and he says how manly he is, not letting out screams whenever he's down. That regeneration quirk comes in handy for battles and rescue. With this he can become the best hero there is. This makes Izuku smile, as Kirishima tells Izuku to promise that the two of them can start training together. The school day goes the same up until the end. President Mike bursts through the door in a dramatic fashion as he puts on a little bit of a show. He announces in a very showman-like voice, "Strap on your hero costumes and get ready, because if you thought the exam was hard, you'll think that this is hell." Then comedically, Bakugo asks why they have President Mike for combat training, to which President Mike reveals that it was meant to be All Might, but he's ill. This makes Izuku look down in shame. Everyone runs off to get their costumes on, with Izuku equipping his medication around his wrists. Once he gets outside, he looks over at Bakugo, wearing his hero suit, and notices on the right side of his chest there's a badge strapped on that says, "All Against Us." This makes Izuku have a flashback to when they were younger. Izuku is getting bullied for his quirk not being very efficient or flashy. All the other kids were hitting him around when Bakugo arrived, blasting them away before helping him up. Izuku is a bit teary, but Bakugo tells him he has the coolest quirk ever. He's immortal. He then tells them that everyone will attack them, but they will be strong together. Then they fist bump. Inside, the teams are all the same, which sends the two boys into shock. On the floor with the bomb, Ida is trying to strategize with Bakugo, but isn't listening. Instead, he is in deep thought. This annoys Ida as he yells at Bakugo to listen to him. Bakugo turns to Ida, staring at him, and tells him that he'll take Deku, grabbing the badge on his chest that has been there so long he can no longer take it out. Meanwhile, Izuku is anxious as Uraraka asks Izuku what happened between the two of them. Izuku tells her that he doesn't want to talk about it, which she understands, knowing that whatever it was something bad. Before they enter, Izuku asks Uraraka her blood type, and she is confused, but she says that she is blood type B. Izuku gives her a medium pill, just in case something happens, which she takes, thanking him for it. The two enter the building and start to walk through, where Bakugo jumps out, rushing at his old best friend. Izuku is taken aback by this, as he stands there, taking the huge explosion and regenerate. His shirt ripped, but his sleeves and pants are untouched. Izuku yells for Uraraka to run, which she listens, running off, leaving the two alone. Both of them stare at each other, not moving. The air tense. Izuku knows that he can't keep staring at each other, and has to do something. His arm starts to move, and everyone watching assumes that he's going to punch him as he clenches his hand. He puts out his fist smiling and says, "All Against Us." Bakugo is taken aback by this, and lets out a monstrous roar. He grabs the badge, and with his explosion, completely obliterates it, shocking Izuku, and as Bakugo goes for the right hook, Izuku, which he predicts, grabbing his hand like normal. Izuku knows almost everything about Bakugo, including what he would want for his hero costume, and gets an idea. His arms both start emitting green sparks from underneath the sleeves. Bakugo starts to panic, knowing how strong All Might is and how strong it would make Izuku, and starts firing explosions out of his right hand, barely grasping the back of Izuku. Izuku lets out a huge yell and screams, "Chicago, crush!" With his two hands, he crushes the grenade hands and makes all the sweat fly out from the pressure. Since Bakugo is firing explosions, he hasn't stopped, and so, when it's launched out, it lets out a huge explosion in the pair of them. Bakugo is flung upwards, smashing through floor after floor and hitting hard against the roof of the building before falling down between Uraraka and Ida. Izuku is flying against the wall, his face and chest burn as his arms are broken. His vision becomes blurry as he doesn't panic looking at his hand to see his pill holster. Then he lets out an afraid gasp as he notices all of the pills have been disintegrated and the syringe broken. It would be okay, but the sheer amount of stamina it would take would tire him out. Yet through broken vision, he sees a pill laid on the smoking floor. It doesn't matter what size it is right now, he needs it. He knows that just one arm needs to be regenerated, just one arm so he can crawl, but by the time he waits, they'll have lost. The determination and pride this young boy faces has a weird reaction on him. His arm starts emitting sparks, but they aren't green, but instead pink. As his arm starts to make snapping noises, the colour of his arm goes from purple to his normal colour. As his arm is fully healed, Izuku immediately notices, but has no time to question it, and starts to drag himself across the ground with the pain he's facing. Meanwhile, Bakugo stands up from the explosion as Ida asks his teammate what had happened. Through heavy pants, Bakugo manages to reveal that he's taken care of Deku. His regen can't heal him that quick. Uraraka starts to panic as she remembers the pill she has. What if she can get to him? Ida rushes at Uraraka and leaps, going to kick her in the face, smacking her clean in the jaw. Although the pain does hurt, she fights through it, not one to lose but her and Izuku as she taps Ida's leg. Ida is taken aback by this, as he tries to jet away but smacks straight into the roof and then through it completely. Uraraka has taken notice of Ida, which Bakugo notices, pulling the clip on his grenade straight at her. The blast hits her in the gut and launches her into the wall, creating a huge smash mark as she lets out a moan in pain. President Mike tells Bakugo to stop or he'll be disqualified. Giving Uraraka an opportunity, she touches the pill and floats it to her mouth, putting it in her mouth and biting it, healing a bit. She then taps her arm and legs and rushes to Bakugo, evading explosions after explosions, trying to get the bomb, but ultimately failing through Bakugo stalling it. She prays for Izuku to hurry up. She can't keep going on like this or she'll vomit. Izuku finally reaches the pill and sees that it's a large pill. He lets out a sigh of relief. He picks up the pill and puts it in his mouth, eating it. His burn marks completely heal as his arm becomes weak but not broken. Knowing that he's no time, Izuku stands up ready, using one for all in his legs, bouncing, smashing through all the floors. Izuku loses his momentum and arrives behind Bakugo and Uraraka. "This is why he chose me," Izuku yells, which annoys Bakugo. He tries to fly over there with explosions, but Izuku is right next to the bomb and touches it, winning for his team. As he smiles, he hits the ground, unconscious from all the stamina drained. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. And as we always say, peace out, Moles.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining.